Welcome to this Yoga for Bedtime class. So my name's Bettina, if you haven't practiced with me before, so good of you to join me. It's lovely to share my practice with more mums, and I'm so pleased that so many more of you are joining each and every day. If you haven't already, jump over to Facebook. I've got a group set up there just for students in the studio, and it's a really great place that if you have any questions or even unrelated concerns, pop them up there. It's a nice place to build community and find other mums who are interested in yoga. It's not always easy to find mums who are interested in the same things as you. Sometimes motherhood can be quite isolating in that way. So jump on over, have a chat. Always you can send me an email if you'd prefer that as well. So I wanted to do a yoga for bedtime class because, hands up, who finishes scrolling Instagram, puts the phone on the bedside table, and that's it, done for the night. Then you try and get to sleep and you've got all these thoughts running through your mind. You're writing lists of things to do for tomorrow. A dozen thoughts are running through your mind, and it may take an hour, 2 hours for you to get to bed. And by that time, the baby's stirred or you've had to get someone a glass of water. And I say hands up because it's a habit I have really had to try hard to break. We do these beautiful bedtime routines for our kids. They get a nice soothing bath and a story, maybe some milk. And yet we just seem to expect that we can go from go, 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 go to off. And it doesn't work like that. Our brains don't work like that. And we take those same thoughts and all the stuff that's going on into our sleep, and we either don't have a very good sleep or we have bad dreams, or it takes us a long time to get there. So I wanted to do this class because it's something you can do in bed. You don't have to roll out your mat. You can be in your PJs, you can be lying in bed, and as long as your partner doesn't mind you're doing a few quick stretches before you go to sleep, you can practice this one in bed. So it should be very soothing. We don't want to build any heat. We don't want to create any real energy in the body. It's just starting to slow down and treat ourselves in that nice soothing way that we do for our kids. So we're going to start in a forward fold. So if you have pillows or bolsters or any sort of soft thing, blankets that you can use, I suggest using them now. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a wider forward fold, as you may notice. My belly's starting to get bigger, about 13 weeks. But if you're not pregnant, you can bring the feet together. So I say blankets and bolsters and props and pillows because at this time of night, just before bed, it can be really nice to just settle into a forward fold that you don't have to support. So you can tuck the pillows in. Just rest the upper body over them. If you want more, you can creep the hands towards the calves or maybe the feet and just gently draw forward, depending on how flexible you are. But at this time of night, it's really just starting to lengthen out through the back of the body without doing a huge amount of stretching. And let's slowly release up from 2 feet. Bring 1 foot in, and again, readjust the pillows so that you can just lean over them. So you'll find you can go a little bit further now because you've released them down. And with one leg, it's always a lot easier to fold forwards. So maybe even let the head fall forward and completely let go through the upper body. And then inhale, slowly release back up, changing sides. Just folding forward from the hip, releasing through the head and neck. And then slowly coming back up. Just moving the pillows for a moment, you won't need them just yet. And then taking both legs wide, so coming into a wide leg forward fold now. So draw the toes back towards you. This may be enough. So if you're sitting up on your bed, just drawing the toes back, maybe even gently placing some pressure on the tops of the thighs. Stay here. And just breathe. release through the shoulders. If you've been quite stressed today, the upper body might be quite tight. If you do want a little bit more, you can creep the hands forward, but you don't have to. Just keep the breath nice and slow and steady. Maybe even practicing your ujjayi breath, where you breathe in and out through the nose, but gently constrict that throat. Just finding the breath can really help to slow down the mind, really slow down the rest of the body. Let's walk the hands over to one side and inhale, stretching up through the side, reaching over. And then inhale and up over to the opposite side. And then inhale, coming back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let's just make a diamond shape. So don't bring them in too close. Inhale, lift through the heart, and then just gently fold forward. So feeling it into the hips here. And then inhale, slowly sitting back up. Let's bring the feet in, the right foot in a little bit closer. Grab peace fingers around the opposite foot and just open the leg out. So your leg may come straight, it may not. It doesn't really matter. If you can't reach the toes, you can work with the calf. So just breathing here. Opening and closing, keeping it nice and slow and gentle. And then we move to the opposite side. So inhale, open. Exhale to close. Just repeating this a couple more times with your own breath and your own time. And then inhale. So the feet are now in a lot closer. And then exhale, fold forward. So now it's moved from the hip stretching to more the inner thigh and groin. So just gently fold forward. You might let the head and neck fall if it's comfortable. If your legs are really tight, you might be sitting upright, just pressing down on the knees. If you're finding this time of night you've got thoughts running through your mind about your day, stresses, just see if you can let them go with each exhale. So just take the arm across the body to stretch out through the shoulder. I know for me, when I get really stressed, I find it creeps up from my shoulders to my tight neck, and eventually I get a headache. And just by stretching out through this area and physically getting rid of that stress with a few stretches before bed, I feel way better in the morning. Let's work through the opposite side. And then slowly release. Bring the hands behind. Inhale, open out through the chest. Release the hands, draw them up, hold on to one wrist and gently draw it over, stretching out through the side body. Inhale, open it up. You could even do this practice with your kids. Stretching tall and long. And then release this hand and draw the hand down the back, stretching through the tricep. If you can, you might interlace the fingers behind, drawing the fingertips together. But if you can't, you can just stay working with the elbow or grab a scarf or something so that you can work the hands together. Let's release on this side, reaching towards the other side, drawing it down the back. And then slowly releasing. So coming to lie down on the back now. I'm just drawing the knees in softly, taking a gentle rock from side to side. And then exhale the legs over to one side. Take the arms wide and take a gentle supine twist. So look away from the legs. Keep the breathing slow and steady. Inhale back through center. Release the legs to the opposite side. Gently look away if it feels good. Inhale back through center. Take the right foot across the left knee and then reach through and either hold on to the left thigh, or if you can reach the left shin, drawing that leg in so you'll feel it stretching in this right hip. If it feels good, you can take a gentle rock from side to side, but you don't have to. And then release on this side. Take the left ankle across the right knee. Draw the legs in. So if you do add a yoga practice to your bedtime routine, it might be something that you do that as you're moving through the poses, just bring your awareness to what's happened in the day, the things that you really enjoyed, maybe thinking about the things you didn't enjoy so much. Draw the knees into the chest, and we'll hold onto the soles of the feet or the calves for happy baby. And if it's something you didn't particularly enjoy, maybe how can you reduce that in your day tomorrow? Maybe bring in some extra support, delegate that job to someone else. And I know it's not always possible. Let's take the left leg over the right rather, and this time take the legs across. So make it a little bit more intense, this opening now. And then inhale back towards the center, swapping sides. Opposite way. That's a bit of a stronger supine twist. And then inhale back through center. So it's just taking this time to think about what brought you energy and what took your energy, rather than thinking about worries and stresses. It can be a simple way to sort of evaluate your day, but be able to let it go as well. So find yourself now in your Shavasana. So however you're comfortable, on your back, on your side. Essentially, you're preparing for sleep, so it doesn't really matter whether it looks like mine or not. And just close down the eyes. See if you can let the entire body melt into the bed or floor or mat or wherever you're practicing. Let all the muscles go, let any tension flow out now with the breath. With each exhalation, feel the legs becoming heavy. The arms sink into the mat, the torso, the lower back, the head, everything heavy on the floor. Until you start to notice the body is so heavy you couldn't lift your legs or arms even if you tried. Completely relaxed on the floor, completely let go. And as you lie here, feeling almost a part of the floor, see if you can just notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Take a moment just to feel grateful for the things in your life right now. Maybe something small like a warm bed to cozy up in at the end of the night. Or it could be something more elaborate, a new opportunity, a child, a new friendship, anything that's come into your life or has happened for you today. It's taking a moment to feel grateful, to feel that regardless of the stress that's going on, because we all have it, we all have stress, there are always things to be grateful for. Let that grateful feeling fill your body. Make you feel that and know that regardless of what happens, there is always something to be grateful for. There are always good things. And you can connect with that feeling within yourself because it exists within yourself and it isn't tied to everything else that's going on around you. That feeling is yours and yours alone to create. And as you slowly drift off to sleep, let that be the last thought you have before you slip into unconsciousness.
you are finishing your practice today and not just falling asleep, and gently draw the knees into the chest. Let that lower back release, as it can sometimes get a little bit overextended after having the legs outstretched. And then when you're ready, roll to one side and slowly come up to have a seat. Taking your time. There's no hurry, especially now. So hopefully you're feeling as sleepy as I am right now. It's probably not a good time to film a good night yoga class when you're 13 weeks pregnant. Everything is about sleeping at the minute. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me today. I absolutely love practicing with you. I know how hard it is to get to a studio, and for me, my practice happens in the 5 minutes I can spare between making little people food and stopping them from hurting themselves on everything. So I know what it's like. It may seem quiet and peaceful now, but this is the time I get to myself, and I choose to spend it with you. So I hope that you appreciate that. Please drop me an email or say hello on Facebook. As always, thank you and namaste.